Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another podcast episode. In this episode, we have a machine learning engineer. I know, finally, a lot of you been asking for machine learning engineer experience or a journey. Here we go. We have it. His name is Ronak, and Ronak is currently working as a senior machine learning engineer at Intuit, one of the very popular company in Bay Area or in Silicon Valley. I like his journey a lot because it's not typical. He's not going from computer science to machine learning. He's going from EXTC, bachelors, and then now making his way up to data engineer and then learning engineer. I hope that this video does provide a lot of value. And if it does provide a value, please like, share, and comment and let us know what you think. Also, if you want to see my fun side and the vlog side and the lifestyle, I have a vlog channel. Go and subscribe to my vlog channel, link in the description. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and subscribe to this channel as well, and also press that bell notification so that you get notified whenever we upload the video. Ronak, if you're watching this, thank you so much for doing this. Really means a lot to me and my Yudi squad and YouTube community. Thank you. And now I will let you enjoy the episode. Thank you, Ronak, for doing this. I know it was like super short notice, like as if it's like 5 minute notice. Hey, do you want to do this? And you agreed to this. One, I don't have a lot of people on my channel talking about machine learning or how to even become one. As audience is gonna learn your journey, I'm also gonna learn more about you and your journey. So thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me and having me on your channel. I'm really excited and definitely uh, willing to share whatever I have.
And yeah. Let's do a quick intro.
Sure.
Where are you from? What do you do right now? Where are you right now? And fun stuff about you.
Yeah, so I'm currently based on United States. I'm primarily from India. I came to United States in 2015 for my master's. Then it started to actually I already had that I want to become a machine learning engineer at some point in time
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
So I start because I do not have a computer science background.
Oh.
It was little bit difficult to get into that stream
Mm.
directly after graduation. So step by step, I went into data engineering side. I have a heavy database background of 5 years at TCS in India.
Mm.
So after that, I came here. I pursued my master's in management information systems from University of Illinois, Chicago.
Yeah.
And then after that, I joined Aetna Insurance as
Yeah.
a data engineer. I learned a bunch of stuff over there, really cool data scientists and data engineers. So I learned a lot there, and then that was like another milestone in my career where I unlocked few things and then moved on to machine learning role in Intuit.
Yeah.
So currently I work at Intuit of Bay Area. So, and I have been with them from past 1.5, 2 years now, approx. And it's really cool team doing.
And you work as a machine learning engineer.
Yeah, I work as a machine
Finally,
learning.
your
Finally,
your
I'm there.
dreams come true. Yeah.
Still lot to learn. Still lot to go.
Yeah.
And definitely, like there is every day I see something new happening in this field, and it really excites me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But now I'm so I didn't know this background, like I didn't know so much of your history. So now I know a little bit more, and it's actually even more exciting, and I'm gonna go a little deeper in in it. So you did your bachelor's in what field?
I did my bachelor's in electronics and telecommunication.
Nice.
Which is very hyped up branch in India. I because electronics telecommunication doesn't exist in United States. It's either electrical engineering or computer science or computer engineering.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of mix of all of them.
Yeah.
And coming from that background, I worked in TCS in databases for 5 years. So it was like totally shift from hardware to software domain. After a point of time, like I was thinking like my career is not moving ahead and getting stagnant. So I decided to pursue masters. At the same time, I think that was a pivoting point for my career where because I Coursera at that point in time was like recently released the video of Andrew Ng. He's a renowned
Yeah.
machine learning
Yeah.
professor.
Right.
So I saw his videos and it was really exciting. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool stuff. Like, why we are not talking about it here?
Right.
And no one has a clue like what is machine learning data science. Uh, then I tried to research in 2015, 2014 sometimes that what are available courses and how I can pursue this career.
Mm, mm.
But it seems that at that point in time there were no uh, like major courses
Mm.
which are very today you find like business analytics,
Yeah.
data analytics courses,
Right.
data
Science
science
course. Yeah.
specializations, machine learning, which came after that 2015 period when I
Mm.
was looking, and there
Right.
was like a sudden boom in this area.
I have a lot of audience who are also from EXTC branch or electrical branch,
Sure.
and they keep asking me if they want to move to data science field or ML
Mhm.
field, and is that even possibility? So now you've set an example. It is possible, and people can follow it. And at that time, you said like there were not many courses when you came here, but
Right.
now there's so many specialization where people can come. So tracking back, you did bachelor's in EXTC, worked at TCS for 5 years,
For almost five
five
years,
years,
yes.
and then you came to United States in 2015.
Yes.
And was UIC the only choice, or did you have more admits?
I have UIUC, that is
Oh, urban.
Urbana Champaign,
Yeah.
but its curriculum was little bit different. So I thought that this curriculum would match closely to what I want to pursue
Yeah.
rather than UIUC.
Hmm.
There was another admit from NEU,
Oh, yeah.
but that was totally different curriculum. So I just gave up on that.
Okay.
So
So main reason for you was the course, actually, the
right,
course.
exactly. Like the whole reason of doing masters was to uh, like pursue in that career
Hmm.
going forward. I
Hmm.
don't want to repeat the same thing and then stuck in the same
Right.
place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
One biggest myth which people have, and they think that there's no coding in ML or data scientist.
that's a lie.
I know. So I wanted to tell to my audience, like, is that true?
That's a totally a lie. It's a myth. So you definitely need to code. You definitely need to know how to code and what's written. Uh, Maybe it could be Java, it could be Python, it could be any language that you're comfortable with. But basic constructs of programming languages you should definitely know, irrespective of whether you are a data scientist or machine learning engineer, software engineer. I am, yeah, I mean, I learned most of them while I was either working or during my masters.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I don't have too much of use of
Mm, yeah.
those
So
data.
how, right, and going into your master's journey, did you do 2 years master's?
It was 1.5 years.
Okay.
Most of the MIS courses at that point in time was
Was 1 point.
1.5.
Yeah. How hard was it to transition one from EXTC to database to actually studying, data scientist and ML engineer? Was it hard for you, or were you able to cope up?
Definitely, there is a learning curve to that. It's not as easy if you do a computer science
All right.
bachelor's and then direct, or statistics bachelor's or math bachelor's, and then move on to a data science and ML field.
Mm-hmm.
The reason behind that it is the statistics that come along. You need to translate that in some form of programming.
Yeah.
So a combination of CS and math or CS of stats will help you to gain that path or travel that path much more quicker
Yeah.
than just coming from some other background. But means if you put in some hard work, I think you can do
Yes, yes, and you did
it.
already.
It took me some time, but I am there, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But the point is that it is possible,
It is
and
definitely.
anybody can do it. So awesome. And obviously you did your courses. What was there any specific courses you chose to become a machine learning engineer, or Like, was it the core courses they had it, and that's what you chose? How's the course structure work over there?
Yeah, so there were some analytics courses already included in my master's curriculum. Like there was a data analytics courses, data mining courses,
Mhm.
uh, stats for business. All those courses helped me create that environment of an ML engineer, and these are like different prereqs to ML. And then I took CS. There is a specialization of like machine learning, introduction to machine learning, which gives you like in-depth technical form of that machine learning, how you actually
Mm.
code those things. So that was pretty helpful in there. Although in day-to-day life, when you do as a like when you are in job, you may not really have to code those algorithms by yourself, but knowing how they work under the hood will be really helpful to productionize them, or
Mm.
either to fit them in certain use cases, right?
Right, right. Once you finished it, did you start looking for ML engineer right away, or what positions like did you target as your starting point in United States?
Frankly, I didn't get a chance to look for job. uh,
What do you
it
mean?
it was like I didn't even graduate before I got my job finalized with Adna.
That's a nice problem to have. I want such problem.
Because of that, I screwed up many other interviews that I could
Mm,
have been better, but I thought
yeah.
I got
So
little
what's the deal
comfortable.
with that now? How did you like? Did you intern there, or were you?
No.
So you just
uh,
got it early on.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
was in December. I was about to graduate in 2 days, and the recruiter called me like, "We are from Aetna and we want to set up an interview." It was a data engineer position. At that point in time, my background suits more towards data engineer because of my heavy database background.
Yeah.
Uh,
And did you
and
apply to it, or they just reached out to you?
I don't know. We are, as frankly, as a master's student, you apply to so many companies
Right.
and so many positions
Yeah.
that you really
You
lose
lose count
track
on.
of
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
where did you apply. But I think I applied over there, and they reached out to me, and we did online interview. There were like 7 rounds or something.
7 rounds. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
I mean, there were like some recruiter round, then there was like hiring manager, 4 more rounds, then there was another HR round after that.
Wow.
So
What do they ask you?
it's mostly
Okay.
SQL and Python basically, because their team heavily relies on Python and SQL. Not much of detailed data structure and coding, but there were some preliminary rounds where you have to write like basic data
Oh,
structures
so you
code.
did have to write some code as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it is a de facto by now. Like if you are
Yeah.
into software industry, you should know data structure.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you explain me what does data engineer does in a layman's, if you have to explain somebody what is data engineer's role? Because I know there is a data scientist, there is a data engineer, and then there's data analyst.
Then there is ML engineer as well.
Then there is
So,
ML
right.
engineer, right?
So
So how they four interact and what is their particular roles?
I think most of the roles fall under the category of software engineer with some sort of a specialization.
Okay.
So software engineer with heavy data processing background may fall into data engineering
Okay.
role, right? They may write not production application in terms of like real time or something. They are more into uh, data processing and OLTP and OLAP, like that is analytical platform processing. Those kind of stuff they will be doing. Wrangling data, creating clean data out of your production data, storing it somewhere for use of analytical purposes.
Hmm.
The one who does the analysis on top of that, maybe the data analyst will take that on
Yeah.
top and then
So
run
you
it. So
provide information to, like you provide the clean data to analysts so they
exactly,
can
right,
create reports based on that
right,
and present it. And
right.
so then what does ML engineer does?
I think ML engineer also, and also there are like very subtle differences, and company to company,
Yeah,
the nomenclature can change, but it may mean same thing
right.
at the back end. So the job for ML engineer mostly relies on part of data science and mostly of the software engineer and maybe data engineer.
Okay.
The reason behind it, they write codes and the application that can take on the ML models developed by the data scientist and put it into production, because data scientists can develop a model and then uh, you need to put it in production for use cases, right? So in live applications and how to get data to that in live, how that output will be used, all those kind of things can be done by ML engineer. Like that's the job description I
Right, right, right. Yeah. So in a way, it is what, like you said, in a way, it is a mixture of data scientist and data engineering,
yeah.
creating clean data or
Mhm.
writing a code to create a clean data,
Right.
which will eventually go to data analyst.
Mhm.
If students who wants to pursue either data engineer field or ML engineer, what are some of the skills you would recommend them to learn right now or when they're pursuing masters? Like SQL, I know like SQL, Python is like,
SQL, yeah. SQL, Pythons are the go-to language as a ML or data scientist. And if you know a software engineering aspects of data structures and
mm,
algorithms, I
mm,
think that is a very big plus point to
okay,
any your profile. So these three things. On top of that, there could be algebra, like matrix algebra
yeah.
and linear algebra, basically. That is a plus point. And the final thing is statistics.
Mm.
These three or four combination, if you know hardcore math, and I have seen people who have done PhD in math and are now machine learning engineer.
What's your tips for students for job search, like who are in the job search? Because I know you worked in it at nine, then you switched to Intuit, so
Mhm.
now you have a little bit of experience in job hunting.
In my opinion, referrals works the best. Applying online, we all know that your application may be filtered. I don't
Just because you
know.
need visa. Yeah.
And there are like automatic bots that
Yeah.
are like they filter your CVs, right? If they do not have those keywords, and then I think
Yeah.
we all know and we try
Wonder
to
who
do.
developed those
Yeah.
machine learning engineers.
Not me for sure.
Yeah.
So it may get filtered out, and then you may be like stuck in lingo, like where is it? So it's better to directly approach the recruiters on LinkedIn and other
Mhm.
platforms, Indeed, then uh, or apply directly if you know via your friend or someone. That is very helpful and very faster,
Mm.
to get to know the result faster. uh, that's one thing. Apart from that, I would say to create a portfolio in a sense that reflects what you wanted to do. Like, don't just put random stuff there and just
And when you
throw.
say create a portfolio, you mean online portfolio?
No, like your CV should be a portfolio
Right.
sort of thing.
Okay.
Like it should depict like what you have achieved so far. Okay, if you wanted to get into machine learning, these are the projects you have done on your own, you wanted to pursue. These are your key skill sets that reflects that, okay, these skill sets are required for that job, basically. So if you can create that linkage between all the things you have put on your CV and the job, then it is a good match,
Yeah,
right?
and then it's a you
And
can have you have a good story.
right, it's a compelling story for recruiters to understand, like, okay, this is a good candidate and it
Yeah.
matches, and he has that skill set. He has done couple of uh, like project by himself, so he doesn't need supervision all the time,
Hmm.
and then he is like motivated by himself. So that's a key aspects I think most of the companies are looking for
Yeah.
nowadays.
How would someone prepare for data engineer, machine learning engineer should they get certification? Should they do online courses, or just research and Google?
I think everything works. Everything is
So all of
needed.
above.
Yeah. So it's not that you need only one skill set. Today, technological advances are so fast that you cannot just rely on one skill set and then think that, okay, I'll get this job and I'll be there forever.
Mm.
Like, it is a never ending phase.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
learn SQL, learn Python, learn some coding, solve some data structure algorithm, at least basic ones,
Mm.
maybe
Mm.
not dynamic program.
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
So until you want to get into Google or something,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah. What's the future and scope and demand of data engineer, machine learning engineer? Because people ask me, is there scope in United States? Are there jobs in this field?
I would say definitely this
Yeah.
is the lasting field, at least for next decade or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, the most evergreen branch or scope, I think, was is software engineering.
Yeah.
I still support that you will definitely need some sort of human interaction at some point in time, at least for couple of decades.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for doing this on such a short notice. But I appreciate your enthusiasm for sharing your journey and inspiring others. Before we end, is there any last words of wisdom, tips, anything you want to say to students who are planning to come here or already studying here?
I think just keep faith and keep learning.
Mm.
That's and being self motivated is like the best thing you can do to yourself, and no one can stop you after that.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much. Until our next one.
Keep smiling and keep hustling.
Nice.